Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of this channel, and I'll be taking you on a journey through narcissism and understanding the narcissist. Today we're going to be presenting episode 42, which is titled 5 Red Flags You Could Be Involved with a Narcissist. So before we go into the 5 red flags, the first thing we should pay attention to is the trust your gut feeling. This is your inner talk telling you something is probably wrong. Always listen to this. If we sit back and we observe the narcissists in our lives, or the people in our lives who we suspect may be narcissists, there are always some clear things going on that we can pay attention to. And if we see any of these indicators, it's always a really fantastic idea to pay attention to them, because when we feel something is wrong, it usually is wrong. There's a lot to be said about being perhaps a little bit paranoid or whatever, but sometimes paranoia is actually there for a reason. It's there because there is something actually going on. So always pay attention to your gut instinct. If it's telling you something might be up, there probably is. So we're going to go right into this here. So example number 1. The narcissist or person come on too strongly in an unnatural forward way with you. They want to be in a relationship with you immediately. This is to gain full control of you for the purposes of training you to be their appliance. Now, I have a few examples of this that have happened with me in my life. My most recent narcissist that I talk about in the Who Let the Cat Out series, she actually did this with me when she first became involved with me. The second I told her that I had feelings for her, and I had had feelings for her for like 15 years, she immediately wanted to come see me. She lives in another city, and she wanted to come see me like immediately, and I was like, I pretty much told her, no, you shouldn't really be doing this because you're still involved in a relationship with somebody and it's not okay. But she really wanted to come and see me right away, and when she finally did, we became involved very shortly after that, very quickly. She wanted to be in a relationship with me right away, and she's not the only narcissist that I have an example of this with. There's actually another ex that I have who is the mother of one of my daughters, and she was like this with me exactly too, and this person is also a narcissist. If you actually put them to the to the gradient scale of whether or not they're a narcissist, they're not quite as high a level as the last current one that I had, but they do fit into that scale. So, example number 2, feeling like you're walking on eggshells all the time, feeling uneasy, or like the next thing you do or say is going to trigger that person or trigger that narcissist to go off on you in some way. So there can be many different examples of this. Some are that the narcissist will just be explaining to you sometimes that you're doing things that they don't like, and you always feel like if you say something to them, you're literally going to get critiqued right away. Things of this nature are good examples of those triggers. Criticism of any type from them, talking to you about things going on in your life that they don't like. Just anything that sets them off is a great example of them making you feel like you might be walking on eggshells. So example number 3, they convey fault in others around them without real valid reasons. They seek to make others look bad and use this as a kind of pity play to gain favor and to gain fuel from you, in a sense that you'll give them some pity towards whatever it is that's going on with those people. Disparagement of others in any nature like this, saying others are at fault for how the narcissist is feeling or how they've been treated, refusing to assume any responsibility for their actions. You have to watch for this behavior. As it is really a good example of what's going on with the narcissist whenever they're dealing with anyone else. Whenever they're putting anybody down or disparaging somebody in some particular way, it's always to gain fuel, to gain to gain some type of upper hand excuse me, against the person that is going against them, and also to get fuel from you directly. This is something that all narcissists do, and something else you should look out for. Example number 4. Their social media presence seems almost impossibly perfect. You have to look for the cues in this. They create very positive social media archetypes to present a false sense of who they are and to create a sense of safety to the people that surround them. They seek to completely create a false facade of security for anybody that they're dealing with. This is one of the things that they do. So if there's too much of this positivity going on, or you just don't catch anything going on in there, this is something you really, you don't catch something going on there that seems like normal. This is something you really need to pay attention to. Also pay attention to how much attention is paid to them on social media by other people. If they have a lot of friends, same sex or other sex, and these people are constantly heart-liking things on their pictures on Facebook or any of the social media platforms, this again can be a red flag that you may indeed be dealing with a narcissist, because narcissists get a lot of appliances in their fuel matrix, and those appliances will be giving them accolades quite often. It doesn't necessarily mean that the people who are heart-liking or liking their things they may be involved with, but there were many examples of this that I dealt with my own narcissist when I watched very carefully. And those examples presented, and after I did my research and freaking looked into these things going on in there, I found that these things that were going on were actually true. The narcissist was actually involved with these people. And these red flags that came up as likes and heart likes on social media pages and stuff, they were actually there because she was involved with those people. And they were examples. When they're doing this, what they're doing is they're just presenting an example that they may be grooming many sources besides you. You have to also pay attention if they seem to be getting, you know, like I said before, overdue accolades from people, or too much unusual attention for the period, of time that you yourself may have known them. If they're giving you too much attention and it seems abnormal or something of this nature, these can all be red flags too. Again, this is not to say that love at first sight doesn't exist. We know that this can be the case, and this could also be the case of something, the case in the example of somebody that you're dealing with. But this is also something that narcissists do. They do this in a kind of over-grooming way for you. And this is something that I went through with my most recent narcissist and another narcissist I had been involved with. So you have to pay attention to all these examples, because these could all be red flags that you are actually dealing with a narcissist. Example number 5. They lack empathy other than what they can put forth on a very superficial cognitive level. This is sometimes hard to distinguish in narcissistic behaviors that the narcissist does with you. But some dead giveaways are: does the narcissist seem uninterested in your feelings or situations or things that are going on around you? This is one example of the factor that they may be just putting cognitive care behavior towards you. Does he or she seem uncomfortable with expressions of affection or love, or with dealing with emotions, or helping you deal with your deep emotions? Does the person retract or become uneasy with these displays with you? Because narcissists are not comfortable with displays of real affection. They will retract away from these things. It's something that they do automatically like this, and this is something you should really watch out for. If somebody is too closed in, this usually is an example that that person may actually be just not functioning normally in their brain, because most of us are capable of putting out real emotion to other people and understanding real emotion from other people and absorbing it and processing it and being able to deal with it in normal ways. They may and do put forward gestures of affection instead of presenting real emotional affection. For instance, being generous with you, giving gifts to you, if that's one of the things that your narcissist actually does, especially if it's not accompanied with any outward emotional gestures of affection. If they seem distant, if they replace if they replace emotions or emotional giving with objective giving. For instance, gifts. This is one of the things that one of my narcissists did with me. Like this, when I got with her, she was not really capable of expressing emotional gestures of love at all, because she had endured some abuse of some type in her thingy. So what she did in exchange for this instead is she would buy me lots of things. She would buy me, you know, just T-shirts, random things that freaking she would come home with her like that, or like this. Just things of this nature, or large gifts that were worth hundreds of dollars, musical equipment, things of this nature. She would do this with me, and this is really not what I wanted out of that person at all. I really just wanted emotional love from that person. But that narcissist was not able to provide that to me, so she replaced that with objects instead. Objects made up for what she wasn't able to present emotionally, because she was only able to put forth cognitive love gestures, which is to say that those love gestures are not love gestures for real. They're gestures that a narcissist puts forth because they don't know how to express real love or real affection in those ways. So these were just the 5 top examples I wanted to give to you of red flags that you could get or that you could see if you're dealing with a narcissist. So this has been it for episode 42. I hope that some information in here may have helped some of you guys out there to understand a little bit better the person that you're dealing with, or to understand whether or not the person you're dealing with might be a narcissist. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to say I hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy. Try to stay cool out there, because it's really hot where I am right now, and it's really warm in a couple places in the world at the moment. So I hope you guys have a great day today, and I'll catch you in some new upcoming videos.